I bought this set of bucket grab hooks last year on sale for around $29 and something cents. I think they're about $39 or $40 today. Anyway, the part number on the box is Ambull X0033 in November 42 Juliet 7. This kit comes with everything you need if you were going to put this on a bucket. Backing plates, all of the grade 8 bolts and nuts that you need, all the hardware. It's a complete set. But I'm not using all that. On the TYM T474 on the front of the frame, there's 3 existing tapped holes. For what, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But this bolt pattern, one of these 3 fits that pattern on that tractor perfectly. I went to the hardware store and I got 6 M12 or 12 millimeter bolts, nuts, lock washers, and flat washers. I'm not going to use the nuts, even though I could put those nuts on the back side just for extra insurance, and I still may do it later, but for today's demonstration I'm just going to use the M12 bolts. Now you'll notice 2 of them are longer than the other. That's because on the inside of the frame there's some intrusion there, so one of the bolts needs to be shorter. It still is enough thread length to take up all the thread space that's in that frame, so it'll be most definitely secure enough. These are well built grab hooks, if you will. I'm going to put clevises in them. I've got 3/4 inch clevises. I'm gonna mount them like this on the side of the tractor so the hole is horizontal, and I'm gonna put a clevis in here with the loop swinging down for a tie down anchor point. Anyway, let's get busy. Okay, before I begin this project, I'm gonna have to take this fancy chrome tip off this muffler tailpipe in order to get the new tie down anchor put on there. Now, I've already loosened the bottom screw because I really thought I was going to have trouble with that bottom one, and I did. So to save a lot of frustrating video time, I loosened up that bottom one already. This has done pretty good to be on there for almost 2 years. It keeps the exhaust pointed out and away from the tractor. But I have a shorter one, a new and improved one. Taking this one off. As you can see, there's 3 holes right here. There's a plug in that, and there's 3 plugs on the other side. I've got some little pliers here. We're just going to try to grab onto these and pull them plastic plugs out. That exposes the threads. There's something behind there, so that's why that one isn't threaded, I suppose. I didn't engineer this tractor, but there's 3 threaded holes right there. And these M12 bolts just thread in there perfectly. What we're going to do is test fit this thing. Like I said, I'm going to mount the hole where it's horizontal and then not this way. Although on this side, I don't think it would matter. But I do want my clevis. I want the loop on my clevis down. So that makes this go horizontal like this. Then the clevis can fit in there like so. I'm going to put the short bolt at the right hand bottom. And the other two longer bolts on the other side. Drop it on the ground and in the dirt for good measure. No use in keeping everything clean while we're trying to do this, right? Right. Okay, I'm not going to be able to finish this project today. These holes, when I test fit this thing up there the first time, it looked like it was going to line up perfectly. However, now that I've got trying to put 3 bolts in there, I have discovered these holes are going to have to be drilled out or ground out just a little bit, maybe 2 millimeters, maybe a millimeter and a half on the bottom side, on the inside of the hole, for it to mate up perfectly. I can't get this 3rd bolt in there as is, and I don't want to tighten these bottom 2 up as is, because both of them, after hand tightening them, both of them are in a bind. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. It honestly looked like it would just bolt right in. But now that I've got it up there and attached, instead of just holding it up there looking, it's just far enough off that these won't go in correctly. But it's not a lost cause, totally, because I'm going to go ahead and replace this tailpipe with a shorter one and hopefully angle it out a little bit more. I don't know. So far we're batting a 0. It looks like we're not going to mess up that record. I wish my hands worked like they did when they was 20 years old. Anybody else wish that? Your hands, not mine. I know my hands don't work. Another day in the life on the Diamond H. Life is grand. I'm just glad to be here. That's the honest truth. So I lost my square nut from the inside here. I gotta put that back in. That's the problem. One of the problems. The other problem may be this won't even fit. Now I bought an identical one of these for my lawnmower to keep the exhaust from hitting the ground and stirring up dust unnecessarily. Because any day that's less dusty is a good day. Same goes for this tractor. The less dust you can get away with, the better off you will be. I have to take a grinder some of these teeth here. I don't know. Well, so far so good. I kind of like that as is. Let me see what I can do with that. May not can do anything with it. I'm sure gonna try. You won't ever get anything accomplished unless you try. And then if you fail, try again. I guess it depends on the person how many times you want to fail and try again, but I don't give up too easy. I'm a hard head. Determined may be a better word. Determined, yeah, that sounds better. Determined. That's almost tighter than Dick's hat band, however tight that is. I wish I had the torque specs on Dick's hat band. I hate going around saying that and not knowing what the torque spec is. And FYI, this is not going to rattle because it's not touching anything on the back side, although it's close. But this pipe does not flex. This is a hard mount pipe. There's the bracket right there. That's pretty doggone tight right there. Let's give her a whirl. See if it falls off. Well, it didn't fall off. That's great. I was a little test fit this thing. Ooh, that's hot. That TYM Kook J Purrs sounds so sexy. I know some of you are laughing, and some of you are agreeing with me. I ain't nothing like a Kook J Purrs. Anyway, that's all I got today. That's all I can get accomplished. At least we got something accomplished. We got some new bling bling on the tractor. That's a whole lot shorter than this one was. And I believe it's going to be more effective. Be honest with you, that was the angle it was the old one was at. Anyway, y'all take care. Thank you for watching.